October 2025, my daughter and I completed the Way of the Roses bicycle tour, taking us from Morecambe in the west to Bridlington on the east coast. We saw wonderful places, including York, and really enjoyed our cycle trip along the Way of the Roses. For the trip planning, I used the website called Bike Map, which is really useful and can also be used on my mobile phone. The 170-mile trip took us 4 days and we stayed in various bed and breakfasts. My daughter used her bike and I used my Brompton. Brompton really is my bike of choice these days. I find it very handy and easy to travel with. Our journey started in Coventry. Right, so here we are, ready to check for our train in up to Morecambe with a stopover in Lancaster. Everything is on time by the looks of things. All going well. So we had originally tickets booked for all the way to Morecambe, but we decided, because the sun has actually come out, to cycle to our place, which is only 4 miles away from Lancaster to Morecambe. Here you go. Here we are. This is day one, and we start in Morecambe with a fairly easy journey to begin with. The first 8 miles were fairly flat along a railway line, and we then eventually make our way to a place near settled called Giggleswick. The place we stayed in Morecambe was right by the seafront and was very comfortable. In the morning before we set off, we took the opportunity to take some shots at the Morecambe statue, as is the usual habit of Way of the Roses cyclists. Here's me with some wobbly knees. The other thing I wanted to use was my drone, so I took a lovely shot of the stone jetty in Morecambe. You got your sand?
Got my Morecambe sand.
Excellent. Brilliant. Right, we're about to start. And 9:39, 9:40, and we're all ready. Okay. See you on the other side. The beginning of the Way of the Roses is really gentle on cyclists. The first 8 miles are pretty much like this, along a railway line or along a river. I think this could be a good drone spot actually. Right, so this is day one, and I'm actually trying this microphone for the first time.
and we left for Settle about an hour ago, and had a nice gentle cycle along the River Loon, and now it's starting to get a bit hillier, but we're still enjoying it. It's a lovely views here, getting into North Yorkshire. Well, we've just stayed at the Bridge House Cafe in a place called Ray, and which was a lovely cappuccino and a little snack. Sometimes it just can't be helped. Wonderful day, the sun's come out, but Brompton is Brompton.
And that was it. We were getting ready for day 2, which was the hilliest day of the entire trip. Over 50 miles to go, and I have to say, by the time we reached Paisley Bridge, I was really pretty much knackered, and there was still more to go. We finally reached Ripon just before 6 o'clock. Our accommodation was just outside Ripon, which made things even harder.
20%, that's what you want to see. This is how day 2 starts. We always knew it would happen, but not an easy begin. I'm pushing already. Right, good morning. It's probably not the most scenic view, but I'm recording it anyway. We've just started on our day 2. We had a lovely night in a nice pub, B&B, lovely dinner. Yeah, it was a good night of rest. So this is the beginning of day 2. We had the hill just outside Settle to contend with, and that was hard to start the day like this. It was always going to be like that. There's a big hill at the other side of Settle on the way of the Roses, so there you go. But we've done it now. This is we're coming to the end of that first big hill. There's a second hill today, and then it's all just downhill into Ripon, and we're laughing. So yeah, it's really nice and murky here. Car coming. I say nice because it really adds that kind of atmosphere to the landscape here, and it's almost better than sunshine. So Anyway, good start of the day so far, although we had to do a lot of pushing. Yeah, she is.
We took a quick rest at the Craven Arms in Appletreewick. It's a lovely pub, and they had a roaring fire going on inside, so we stopped for a coffee and some fries. And there was even an opportunity to see pictures in a bar stool that Sue Ellen from Dallas or Linda Gray once sat on. What more could you wish for on a journey like this? And then I have to admit that I was so exhausted for the rest of day 2 that I actually forgot to take more footage. So we're going straight into day 3, where we had an early start in Ripon after a very well deserved night of sleep, going through Borough Bridge along the River Ouse. And day 3 was a much flatter day with a lovely York to navigate. And after passing Stamford Bridge, we arrived at our accommodation in Pocklington. Our arrival in York was a little bit emotional for me because I actually hadn't been to this place in front of the Minster in almost 30 years.
See, now it does it. If I say it in a funny accent, it works.
Things do get a bit out of hand.
Video. I'm lazy to move the camera. Right here.
And this short bit of about a mile was the only off-road part to the entire journey, would you believe? And here we are for our final day. Our 35-mile journey was predominantly flat, although not as flat as day 3, and we would eventually make our way to Bridlington by the coast.
Excellent, well done. Let's have a look. So this is the mixed sand,
Mixed sand.
east and west. Wow, it's gonna explode.
It's gonna happen.
This has been a great trip, but I also want to thank fellow YouTubers Miriam Kennedy, Wiltshire Man, and Susanna Thornton for all the motivation and inspiration of traveling with a Brompton. Thank you very much, guys.